Hello, my sweet friends. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today is Tuesday, and I am going to do my first Dephemerember, Dephemerember. I'm sorry. I'll get it before the end of the month, I hope. So anyway, I'll get into that. Let me read God's word first. Bless the Lord, O my soul. Oh, Psalms 103, verse 1. The Lord says, I will guide you, I will advise you, and watch over you. Psalms 32, 8. Oh, yes. So good, so good. All right, so like I was saying, this is Dephemerember. I think you just have to let it roll off your tongue. For some reason, it doesn't roll off my tongue that easily. All right, so I do have some shout outs today. Terry from Talon's Place Designs. Hi, Terry. Simply Cassie. Hi, Cassie, way up in Alaska. And Debbie Kelly, way up in Alaska. I hope you're staying warm. I want you to know that when I started this, yeah, it's 49 degrees. So now that's cold. I remember when I lived in Michigan and summer would come, well, not summer, spring really was coming, and the temperatures were warming up, and it was in the 40s and 50s. People were out with their convertible tops down and their shorts on. I mean, that 40 degrees, 50 degrees after, being in the 20s and 30s for several weeks was warm. Here in Houston, after being in such terrible heat for weeks and weeks and weeks, 49 is pretty cold. It's all relative, I guess. Oh, I've experienced both ends of that spectrum, so I get it both ways. But I hope you girls are staying warm up there. Selena Stevens, I believe she's down in Australia, and I'm not sure if it's spring or summer down there, but I don't think they're having freezing temperatures. And Alma Tyser, 3737. Thank you, ladies, for your wonderful comments. You know how much I love them. And I just wanted to give a special shout out today to Candy from Candy's Crafty Creations. Candy's really been going to town on her videos. I haven't been able to keep up with them, but I think she's doing a great job, and her channel is growing. She's up to 147 subscribers, so congratulations to you, Candy, and I'm so happy for you. Yay. All right, so let's get started here on this Dephemerember. All right, I'm really trying to say it right. I'm not fooling around. I'm really trying to say it right. It just doesn't want to come off my tongue right. All right, so when I first heard about this, I said, oh yes, I definitely want to participate. And I made myself a little journal because, we have to make a journal for everything, it seems. So I made my little journal because I wanted to be prepared. Well, then come to find out, it's not about making a journal at all. It's just about making ephemera, really. I think that's really what it boils down to, just making ephemera. And they're encouraging you to work with what you have, and to if you're working on a piece that's going to be more complicated and involved, then do so much and come back to it. You don't have to sit and do it all at once. Well, my pieces are not usually that complicated or involved, so we'll see how it goes. But so I decided that I am going to make this little journal. You don't see it yet, I know. It doesn't show any signs of being anything but a bunch of envelopes glued together into a botanical journal. So I'm going to attempt to make all my pieces of ephemera things that will fit in this journal and will be botanically related. So that's kind of what I'm keeping in mind, and that's kind of what I'm going for. We'll see how it works out. I don't really need any more Christmas stuff at this point, and I was really hoping to make another Christmas, a little golden book, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. But who knows? You never know. At the 11th hour, I might just jump in with another one and decide to do it. But I think I have plenty of ephemera. So let's just get going on this. So I've got it printed out large size, of course, because this is much easier for me to read. But I also printed it out in small size so I could just maybe stick it in here, and all my pieces of ephemera that I make, I can just lay in here, kind of, you know, maybe stick them in the, I don't have any covering on the pages yet before I cover everything up. So the first prompt is a page tab and moth-eaten lace. Now, do any of you have moth-eaten lace? No, maybe you do. I don't. And so far, the ones I've watched haven't had any moth-eaten lace either. But it is a fun concept. So I thought, well, what in the world do I have that I can use? I pulled out some pages. This is one of those gargantua pages from this botanical. Hey, I had no idea. I mean, I never fully read the directions or the measurements. That's an issue that I have. But this flora, it's actually Gift and Creative Papers. And these pages are 12 inches high, and no, they're not. Yeah, they're 12 inches high, and then 19.5 by 27 inches when you fold them all the way out. They're big. They're really big. And they're not all the same, although you do have repeats, but they're not all the same. So I thought I cut out a piece of that, and I'm going to use some of that today, not a lot of it. Then I found this green polka dot. I love polka dots, but it was actually in a baby collection from Echo, I think this is, Echo Park. So I decided to use this. Now, I don't typically use page tabs. I don't know why. I just never use them. I know a lot of people do, and they look so good in their journals and everything, but I just don't use them. It's not that I don't like them, it's just that I don't use them. So, but I do like to occasionally do page edges, which I guess can serve as tabs as well. So that's what I'm going to do for my tab, is a page edge. And the first thing I need to do is cut this down a bit, or I need a piece off of it. And I think I'm going to start with a 3-inch piece. Well, maybe I'll do 4 inches, because I can always cut it down if I need it to not be so wide. And then I'm going to cut that down to the right length, which is 7¼ inches, I think. Yeah, 7. I'm going to make it 7.5. So 7.5. I'm going to get my little score thing out. I'll tell you what, I'm enjoying this little tool right here. I do have a great big scoreboard, and I have a couple of real small ones. One real small and one medium size. And I don't mind using those, except I don't think they're very accurate. The big scoreboard is accurate, I feel, but it's just a hassle to get it out. So I like to use this. It's so much easier than dragging that out. So I need to score this at 2 inches. And just pop that blade in. I mean, it's not no hassle or struggle to get either one in or out. So I figure this is so much easier if I've already got my trimmer out anyway. Then I'm good to go. So then I'll just change them back. And this needs to be squared up a little bit, but I can do that later. Oh, maybe I'll do it now because I want it around the corners. So I hope you all are doing good no matter what the temperature is. I'm doing just fine. I'm doing quite wonderful anyway. And I have great news. I went for my eye injection yesterday. And they took some pictures. They didn't take like the whole array of pictures. They'll do that next time I go. But they said that my eye has improved, that the fluid that was there is all gone. So that's a great big praise the Lord. I'm so happy about that. My left eye is fine. Well, my right eye is fine now too. I do have to continue getting the injections. The goal is to get them where they're only every 12 weeks and my eyes are maintained without any problems. So, yay, I'm very, very thrilled. Okay, so I have this gauze. It's a medical gauze left over from some of my husband's supplies that we had. And I think I attempted a coffee diet at one point, so it's not white anymore. And then I thought, I just started playing with it. And of course, it's very densely, very, there's not a lot of density to this. It's just very loosely woven. So I started pulling it apart and I came up with all these little bumps, holes and bumps. So I am going to use a piece of this to put on here. I don't need it all. Maybe I'll cut this off up here. Whoops. And I will I'll cut a narrower piece. I cut these little butterflies and flowers from my 2 little punches here. I know they're just leftover. They're just, scraps. They're not botanical at all. They're just different scraps. But I don't think that matters. So we're going to just see what we come up with here. Kind of see what comes out of this. Since I don't have a particular plan, I have no particular expectations, except hopefully to make these 2 items that I need to make. Well, in my case, it's going to be a page edge and a pocket of some sort or another. So I am just going to pull on this and make some holes. This is fun. It's kind of, whoa, that's a big one. I didn't mean to tear it. This is kind of a satisfying, kind of like popping bubbles away. I used to love to pop bubbles. I refrain from doing that now because I just enjoy doing it too much, and it's kind of a silly thing. at my age to still be popping bubbles on bubble wrap. But you know it's fun. I know you do. You're thinking, Maggie, I still do it. Well, I do too sometimes, but I just don't get carried away. So I love how kind of bumpy this gets. I know in all fairness, I should probably put it down on both sides, but I'm not going to do that. I don't think. I might change my mind. But that's not my plan. I don't really have a plan. All right. So I'm going to glue this down on here, and I think I'm going to use my glue stick. I thought about making a crochet edge. I haven't done that since I made my black and white journal, but I'm really thinking I want to do that for something. I don't know for what yet. Just to have, maybe do it with some neutral colored ones, because I do like them. I don't like them in every journal, but some journals I just kind of go with. At least in my humble opinion. And that's all it is my humble opinion. I was going to use some burlap until I remembered I had this, because burlap certainly goes with botanical things. I mean, you use burlap to wrap plants in and all of that. But I decided that I like this. Okay. So now my little butterflies and tabs and flowers are going to go on the edge of this. And I just kind of want to alternate them a bit. I use this Barely Arts glue. I put it on the wrong side, Maggie. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So yes, I made my appointment yesterday. Well, it doesn't want to stick to that. Might have to get out the old Fabri-Tac, which I need to refill and what was I gonna say? I don't know. I'm getting everyone's happy meal together. I've been doing one at a time because each person has a little bit different taste. So I'm trying to find things that I'm trying to put things that I hope that each person will like. You know, since I don't know them on a personal level. Oh, I did want to give a sort of kind of a shout out to my friend Tammy at Tammy's Creative Cottage. She has been battling something, some sort of a sounds like upper respiratory kind of a thing that's bothering her. Off and on, she just is having a hard time shaking it. So if you pray, I would really, and I know Tammy would appreciate it too, if you would remember her in your prayers. She's such a sweet lady. And she leaves the most wonderful comments. They're so thoughtful and well written on everybody's channel. So Tammy, I hope you're feeling better today. I know I'm not the only one that was a little bit confused by this challenge, this collab, Dephemerember. Dephemerember. I think that was pretty good. I probably should have inked all these little guys, but you know me, I'm not crazy about inking, so. I just finally said, you know, I'm sure this is what is meant by this. I kind of put the component and compartmental words aside for the time being. I believe I do know what they mean by that, and I think that's a great idea. And I think, in essence, we're making ephemera. That's what we're doing, you know. So if you're hesitating to participate because you're not sure what you're supposed to do, I mean, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't want to steer anybody in the wrong direction. Oh, heavens forbid I would steer anybody in the right directions, right? If I'm wrong, please somebody correct me. You know, I don't mind that at all. But I decided just to make ephemera. Maybe along the way I'll try to start decorating and putting this little journal together. But that's not my goal right now. My goal is to follow the prompts as best that I can and to make pieces of ephemera. It's kind of like, in a way, 50 stack challenge, where you're given a prompt, 2 prompts, and you are to encouraged to make 2 pieces of ephemera, 1 from each one. It's kind of that same, that's how I'm interpreting anyway. I could be so totally off base that it's not even funny, but that's how I'm interpreting it. It's kind of like 50 stack challenge. In a way. So, like I said, if I'm wrong, please, please, please let me know. Like I said, I don't want to lead anybody in the wrong direction, but I do think there's some confusion out there. I know I was confused. I overthought it. I was overthinking it, and as we so often do, you know, overthink things. kind of wish I would have gotten a little bit more variety here in my, that little bit of butterfly lost part of its wing. And I hope I'm going to have enough to do the other side. I'm getting glue all over the place. So yeah, just join in, you know. If you don't want to make ephemera for a journal, for a junk journal, just make it to make it, you know, and set it aside. I'm sure that somewhere down the road, someplace in the new year, you'll find a use for it and say, oh my goodness, I'm so glad that I did that and made that ephemera. Because now I have some for this project that I want to do. So yeah, I would encourage you just to give it a go and just enjoy the process, you know. Whatever it is you decide to make, just enjoy doing it. I watched Susan Gazaway. She did a wonderful job on her pieces. And she's making them for a journal, for a gift for a friend. I think that's so lovely. But you can do whatever you want. Just make ephemera and put it in a box. You don't need a particular box to put things in, or you don't need that. If you have somebody that you can exchange pieces of ephemera with, then that's wonderful. And you should do that. It's not too late. The month has just begun. I don't have anyone that's close, that is that close to me that I can do that with. But I can certainly see where it would be fun to get pieces from a friend and use those pieces to do your creating. That would be fun. So I'm not going to put any gauze on this side. I'm just going to do this edge, match it up as best I can. And I decided to use my butterflies and flowers because butterflies and flowers are part of a botanical theme. Where there's plants, there's butterflies. I know this is a little bit tedious, and I should have probably done this offline, but what would have been the fun in that? I enjoyed sharing with you guys, and I enjoy doing my videos like this where I kind of take you through the process that I'm doing. This is my process. This doesn't mean it's anybody else's, or, you know, has to be like anybody else's. So I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit. I'm being a little bit too pokey about this. So I'm delighted about my eyes. I could not be happier and more thankful. No, the injections are not fun. Please believe me when I say that. They are not fun at all. They don't really hurt. It's just the anticipation of having something, a needle stuck in your eye. That's really what it is, I think. It's just that, I think I'm running out of flowers. And I know this doesn't really, it's not very cohesive, but I didn't intend for it to be really. Normally I would use all the same thing and place them evenly and all of that, but I decided not to do it like that for this one. But I do need a couple more butterflies. Just reach down here, whatever scrap I pick up. That's what I will use. And you are the winner. Okay. Now, let's see, this will, we'll do that in a minute. Let me put my little pin back in here. Okay. All right. So now I feel like I want something else on here. Oh, maybe a piece of ribbon. Oh, I've got, oh, mercy. I put this away almost over here. A little box of ribbon here. No, I didn't mean to go silent. I just I like it better when I think of you being right here with me, because then it's easier to think about, you know. No, I'm not making any sense. I just like to think that you're here with me. And I feel like I want to put something else on here, but I don't know what it is. But this would just go over. A page edge. Like this. So I'm probably going to be cut down a little bit, but I'll do that after it dries. So it kind of becomes a page tab. It all depends on your perspective, I guess. I am going to put something else down here. I just don't know what that something else is yet. Maybe it'll come to me before the end of this video. But if it doesn't, I can probably put some little blingies on here. Maybe I can do that. We'll see. But I'm going to set it aside for now and work on the other piece. Alright, so this piece is supposed to be a floating pocket. And I too am using a junk mail envelope. So I can get it out. Okay, so here's my junk mail envelope. Last night I got it out and cut it down, and I cut this triangle in it to leave an opening. So I use that as my template to cover it. I'm just going to cover this. I put some pieces of lace in here in case I wanted to use them. They'll go back in my bin of scrap fabrics. Alright, so I'm going to cover this with this paper. And I'm just going to wrap it around. First of all, let me cut it down. This is 6 inches. This is very lightweight paper. I guess it is. Would be appropriate to wrap a gift in. So I'm going to use this little template that I made to cut my fits. Of course it doesn't fit. Why would it fit? Okay. Well, that's no big deal. We'll just cut another 6 inches. Not the end of the world. I can use that for something else. To make some tags or whatever I want to make from it. All this is from the Pepin Gift and Creative Paper. This is from 2018. Although I didn't buy it in 2018 because I hadn't started junk journaling. Okay, now I'm going to start right here. Oh, I know, I can put some of that down inside the envelope. Oh dear. Getting ink all over the place. Or glue, not ink. Let this lap over just a tad. Okay, now you ask me, how am I going to get that cut out of there? Very carefully. This is not well planned, obviously. I think this will work. Okay. Sorry, my battery died. That means we're getting to be too long. I think the only thing you missed is just me gluing this down. I think that's all. And I had just said I want to cut a piece of this and just slide down in there. So this is about 4 1/8 or so. I told you I would use this piece for something else. Needs to be a little bit slimmer and a little bit shorter. I think I might have made it too slim. So I want to glue this in here. And I am just going to glue the top part. I hear my little sweetie downstairs playing. Okay. Okay. Now I want to put piece of lace. Oh, I could put. No, I'll put lace. Sometimes I enjoy using rickrack and sometimes I don't. I know you know, it's all the mood you're in. It has nothing to do with much else, I don't think. This is at a triangle. I think I'm going to go like this. And glue this up here. Okay. I think I might use some. Yeah, it's time for me to take care of my Fabri-Tac. I haven't been using it as much as I used to, so. The reason I'm using Fabri-Tac now is because I'm gluing this lace to each other down here at the bottom, and I do want it to hold, so. Okay, so let me let that dry a minute. just need to grab a button. I don't think I have one. Oh, here. Oh, I do, but it's not the right color. Let's see what this other one, a little tiny here. This one will work. This one will work. I'm going to put this little button right here. And if I would have known I was going to do this, I would have taken the time to sew some thread into my button. Because I think that always looks nicer when if you put down a button when it's got thread in it. And it would have stood out a little bit better on here too, but you know what, it is what it is. I'm not going to cry over spilt milk. Okay. I've got some bold numbers over here that I printed out. Got all sorts of bold numbers. And I kind of like the number 792. Don't ask me why, I don't know. Because 7 and 9 minus 2 is 7. And 2 plus 7 is 9. I'm a little weird that way. I always kind of think about those kind of things when I'm looking at numbers. Well, I've enjoyed spending this time with you today. I know this video has been way longer than I intended it to be, but I know it's because of my little flowers and butterflies that I glued on so slowly that. So I apologize for that, but I hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. At least give me a thumbs up for effort in this case. Is I really and truly doing this, just hoping that I'm doing the right thing. I think I am, really. I think it's fine. So I think I will put this bold number right down here. Alright, my triangle is off center, but that's okay. Alright, so here is my floating pocket. No, here's my page tab with moth-eaten lace. I love this. I'm going to have to use this gauzy stuff some more. I just loved all the bumps and everything. So this is my moth-eaten lace and my page tab, and I do think I'll add some more things to that, but I'm not going to do it right now because this video has just been way too much longer, but you'll see it again. And here is my floating pocket in bold numbers. So this pocket can go anywhere I want to put it in the journal, wherever there's a pocket or a tuck spot. And it's not too big, it's just the right size. So it could just go anywhere in here. And I could put a tag or a journaling card. So easy peasy, easy peasy, nothing fancy. And my page tab. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I'm almost to my next goal, which means that there's going to be a giveaway. So yeah, if you're watching and you like it, please subscribe. There's no obligation. Just hit that subscribe button. But leave me a thumbs up for sure, and leave me a comment. If you leave me a comment, please be sure to remember to hit that like button too. I would really appreciate that. And I love you guys also very much. I really do appreciate each one of you. I really and truly do, from the bottom of my heart. Without you, you know, I'm doing this for you guys because I love doing it, and I'm going to talk about that in one of my next videos, why I'm doing this. This definitely needs something else here. This just is not enough. So I'll figure that out. But at any rate, I'm going to get off of here for now. And before I do, I want to remind you to be kind to someone today. Be thankful for something, and I said I was going to be thankful for at least one thing at this time, and I am so thankful for my faith and for my relationship that I have with God. I am so thankful for that. Without that, I couldn't do anything at all. So, and find something that brings you joy, whatever that may be. Just do something today that makes you happy. And I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody. Bye.